folks, and welcome back inside Manhattan Basketball. Chris Heimall speaking with the head coach of Manhattan Women's Basketball, John Olenowski. Coach, hard to believe, but this time next week we'll be up in Massachusetts ready for the MAC tournament.
It's very hard to believe. It's just amazing how fast it goes, and it's the most exciting time of the year for basketball fans, and we're really looking forward to a great tournament.
9-point win last night on the road, your final road game of the regular season. You and I spoke after the game. Team has won 4 of their last 6. Playing their best basketball right now?
Yes, especially defensively. I think we're really getting after people, and I think that we're putting tremendous ball pressure, and I really like the way that we're playing defensively as a team. So it's nice to be playing well going into the tournament.
Very strange game, at least for me. I have never seen a game where only 3 players have scored with 4 minutes remaining in the game, and you're winning. I mean, talk about the way that game kind of unfolded for you.
Well, again, a lot of it was Allison, our point guard, was creating so much, and she was feeding the basketball inside to Ashley. And then, of course, when Ashley wasn't open, Monica spotted up, and she was, scoring as well. So the other 2 players weren't quite as involved as much, and we relied on the 3. But down the stretch, it changed for the better at the end of the game.
St. Peter starts off the game 3 of 6. They get a couple of big threes from Kylie Garrett to start the game, but a little 6-0 run gave you guys an advantage, and you kind of locked down defensively from there in the first half.
Yeah, we had we had some missed assignments on those first threes, whatever, that we just made the adjustment, and after that we really didn't give up any uncontested threes like we did early with Kylie. But again, they got off to a hot start, but we compensated and did a good job after that.
Mentioned offensively, Ashley Steck, the way that she played. She hit her first 4 shots. She was also perfect at the free throw line. But defensively, especially in that first half, she locked down Kadeen Bent, one of the better post players in the MAC.
Yeah, she is a great post player, and Ashley did a great job on her. She limited her to 2 points and made it very difficult for her to get the ball inside. So in the first half especially, she really did a great job.
You brought up your point guard in Allison Skreck, and she may be the most underappreciated player in this conference. Obviously not from this team,
right?
But the season that she is having, her senior year, there's no better way for her to go out right now, is there?
No, there isn't any better way to go out for her, because she's just meant so much to our program, and the runs that we've had lately, and the consistency that we've shown throughout the year. She's been at the very top of that. She's been running our offense. She's been playing really, really good defense. And on top of all that, she's been scoring for us. So when you have those pluses at your point guard position, it really carries over into the team doing well.
Last month or so, she's been averaging near a double-double in terms of points and assists. When you look back over her career, the shoulder injury that she suffered, how much do you think that helped her grow mentally as a player?
Well, she's always been a very intelligent player. I mean, she comes from a basketball family. Her dad's an ultra-successful high school coach, and she's always been so well coached. So I think she's always been a student of the game, and I think watching during that time period where she didn't have the opportunity to play, I think when she got her chance to come back, whatever, she was raring to go, and she was really that much better from just kind of watching and getting ready for her opportunity.
Mentioned only 3 players scored with 4 minutes to go in the game, but over the final 4 minutes, only 1 player scored, and that was Shayna Erickson. All 7 of her points, the only 7 points the team scored in the final 4 minutes.
Yeah, and we were waiting for Shayna all night, to be honest with you, but because she is a good scorer and a very good rebounder, and she kind of, created things for herself inside a little bit and made a really nice 3-point play. So she really helped us down the stretch and was a key part for us winning the basketball game.
First half, you talked about her as being a very good rebounder. She was strong on the glass. Second half, the scoring showed up in the final moments of the game. But how clutch was it for her to be playing on both ends of the floor like that?
Yeah, and she played really good defense as well. So she was playing, all 3 ends where she was rebounding. On the offensive end, she had those key shots, and then, of course, she was really on the boards all night long. So it was very, very nice for her to step up, and I think hopefully that'll carry over now, and she'll have a terrific last game in tournament.
Just like every week, Coach, a couple of fan questions. Michael wants to know, what's the biggest key to success for March basketball?
the biggest key to success in March basketball, undeniably, is your defense. Because at that point, everybody can score. They've already got every set offensively in. Everybody's transition game is good, so you've got to be able to lock down people and play your best defense if you're going to advance in any tournament.
And then Jenna wants to know, who do you see as potentially the biggest underdog going into the MAC tournament?
I'd like to think Manhattan College, but there's a lot of very, very good basketball teams in this conference, and I think that more so than any other year, it's wide open, and I think that I think there's going to be some major upsets in this tournament. I really do, and I think that I think there's going to be some surprises, and I think it's going to be a great, great tournament, and I hope that we can be one of those teams that really has the opportunity to do something that makes some real noise.
New format this year. How interesting does that make things? Because you play on Thursday, you play on Friday, and then you don't play again until Sunday for the semifinals. You get that off day.
Yeah, the off day is huge. So it kind of negates, if you got to play the extra game, it kind of negates that a little bit, providing that you play well in your second day. But so I like the format. I think it's a really good idea, and I think that once you get to the semifinals, if you do, then everybody's got equal opportunity, and I think that I think it's a really good thing and a great change that the MAC did this year.
Still a shot for this team to get a first-round bye, obviously, but when you're looking at positioning, is it something that you care about, or how much do you start focusing on matchups for the MAC tournament?
Well, I think that we've played everybody, so we pretty much know the whole conference, but I think it's always nice in advance to try to get an idea of who you play. So we've done a few different things about, different positions that we may fall into or whatever. So I think that we'll let the last weekend play itself out, but more than anything, I think we'll be ready to play whoever our first round game is. We'll be ready to step up and play as well as we possibly can.
One more game in the regular season Saturday at home against Quinnipiac, a team that you had a chance at the very end to get a win up on the road, but two completely different teams from the last time you faced?
Yeah, I mean, they're outstanding. They're so well coached. They've got such depth. They shoot the basketball so well. They've got a strong inside-outside game. They play defense. They're a very, very good quality opponent. And quite honestly, we've got our hands full on Saturday.
When you look at this team, obviously brand new into the MAC, but what do they add to this conference other than just another team? Well,
they're a class program. They've got excellent players. I think a lot of those players will end up making all-conference teams. Trish has been there forever and has done a great job of building that program. So I think that they've really been a great addition for us and a real quality opponent. And again, there's a team also that could really make some noise in the MAC tournament.
Obviously, with the final home game of the regular season, it's the final home game in the careers of your seniors. We talked about Allison earlier, but what have both of them, Allison and Monica Roeder, meant to this program?
Yeah, they've meant everything to this program, and they're captains, and basically they're my first recruiting class. So it's very sad to be seeing them, leaving the program. Monica has been some sort of all-conference team every year that she's been at Manhattan. She's our leading scorer, has been a terrific all-around player for us, a rebounder. She's been really, really a solid, consistent player. And then, of course, Allison has really, the last few years, flourished and ended up being, one of the best point guards we've ever had here. She's been really consistent and led us to a lot of wins. And we'll miss both of them for sure, but we hope that they've got some good basketball to play yet.
You've talked about this being your first recruiting class. How different is that as opposed to years prior?
Well, I was blessed when I came in because Coach Hill had left a lot of really good players here for us, and they were able to be very successful the first few years. And we've been able to bring some players in, and I think it helps because they know exactly what the style is before they come in, as opposed to trying to adapt to what we were trying to do. Mm-hmm. So I think it's good that you bring players in and they know exactly what to expect when they come into the program. So it's been fun, and I really enjoy the players that we have.
How do you coach with the emotions of senior day?
Yeah, it's always a tough day for sure, and we try to let our players know about it and know how emotional of a day it is. and we kind of always talk about that and try to say that, once everything's said and done and the ceremonies are over, we've got a very key basketball game to play. And fortunately, we've had players that were able to adapt right away, and I'm hoping that Allison and Monica will, once they get over the initial emotions, go out there and play their best basketball game.
So what does it take for the seniors to get a win in their final home game on Saturday?
An awful lot. What it takes is very consistent defensive effort. We've got to really, really get out and pressure their shooters and make sure we do a great job with the players inside. We've got to execute the offense and really get great shots and great opportunities. So quite frankly, we've got to play really, really well to be able to compete and perhaps pull out the basketball game.
Final game of the regular season for Manhattan women's basketball. Senior day for both Allison Skreck and Monica Roeder. 2 p.m. on Saturday as the Jaspers host Quinnipiac. You can watch the game live on Jasper Vision and get free audio on GoJaspers.com. As always, if you'd like to ask Coach a question, you can tweet us at GoJaspers or you can email us gojaspers@manhattan.edu. And don't forget, you can follow Coach on Twitter at John Olenowski. Coach, always thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us inside Manhattan basketball.